What's up, everyone? I'm the Classic Rocker, and tonight we are back with some more Fortnite Chapter 7. Let's go ahead and get into a match. I have made a pretty significant change that I am hoping, let's cross our fingers, I am hoping that it finishes the job. We ran into a little bit of a brick wall yesterday, but I worked through it last night and then some before stream. And basically, and you'll see in the description, that I raised my max threshold on the gyro from 110 to 117. So if I'm right, what this is going to do is it's going to give me a little more time to make a small adjustment before it flips. Because what you're setting when you set the max threshold is you're setting the point at which the speed just ramps up with acceleration and flips. That's what I call it. It does stuff like that, right? So the larger the threshold, the more fine, slow movement you get before the flip. So theoretically, if you had a threshold of 1,000, you would have a lot of fine-tuned movement, but you would have to rotate the controller 1,000 degrees per second for it to actually move fast. So that's how that setup works. So what I did was I raised it 7 degrees to give me a little bit more time to be slow, and we're gonna see if that's gonna fix the problem. Because I can keep it at the right adjustment speed for so long before I accidentally do something that is not intentional, which is the definition of an accident, right? But that's the reason why yesterday I was on fire for like 5 minutes and then it just went away, was because I couldn't control it long enough with the flip coming at 110. So now I've prolonged it basically another 7 degrees. And so we're going to see if tonight that's going to be the trick. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, LJE Stevens. First time having you here in chat. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. Oh. Oh, man. Okay, that was not the way to start that off. That wasn't the way to start that off. We'll do it again. Well, it's definitely nice to meet you. We're going to have a better match next match. Let's go get some lobby music going. Get that lobby music going. Trying to figure out the notes for that. That sound is pretty similar to what's going on here, so. Bum, bum, bum. I got some of the notes. Because I want to try and recreate some of those Fortnite jams in the lobby. Alright, here we go. This one is for real. The last one was just for LJE Stevens. For sure. What is your question? LJE Stevens has a question. Well, sure. You just have to add me, because I'm not going to go and try and find it. So if you send me a friend request, then I will add you, and then don't get offended if we don't ever do any matches, but I try once a month to play with anyone that wants to live on stream. Okay, yeah, so if you have to go to bed, then next time you hop on, just look for the classic rocker, the classic RKR. Send me a friend request and I'll add you. That's the easiest way to do it, because I'm not going to go looking for it. But it's so cool to have you here in chat, and I hope you have a good night, man. Trunk monkey. Okay. All right. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I try to go live every day at around 10:30. So 10:35 is my usual start time. Central time. So I'm not sure where you're from, but I'm playing so much like a bot right now. I literally just threw my shockwave trying to drink my minis. What am I doing, bro? What am I doing? Okay, so you're Central Time too. Okay, we're in the same time zone. How did that even hit? Got the first damage on you. Oh, you're gonna try to finish it? Oh, man. I can't believe I let that guy work me like that. Okay. Hey, good night. Have a good night. Cool having you here. Thanks for the subscription. You're awesome. Okay, so I got some of it. I got some of it worked out. Okay, here we go. Kaboom! Oh, pfft. What a waste. It's breaking the wrong part of the roof there. What in the world were you thinking, man? Okay. Oh, come on, man. All right, so that's 3 matches down right away. Let's do something different. Okay. Let's do it right. Let's do it right. So I think part of the difference right now is that it feels a little slower because I raised the threshold. And what that means is like it feels like I'm not whipping into my spot fast enough, but I just need to be a little more physical with it, I think. That's probably what's going to help this. So let's just play with a little bit more zeal and see if that changes it. There we go. Look at that. Okay, got a big pot. Good stuff. We got ourselves a big pot tonight. What? Okay. All right, let's go down one. Actually, no. Let's go up one. We're going to keep going up until we get the right adjustment level. So that wasn't good at all. Even though I got that, he wasn't paying attention, but I still was not able to control it like I want. All right, so let's keep going up. Where'd this guy go? I saw him running. Oh, there he is. Okay, so far so good. Oh, come on, bro. Hey, what's going on, Diamond? Good to see you. Yo. What's up, man? All right, we might be good here at 119. Let's just keep working it. It's going awesome, man. I mean, I've died in the first drop on the first 4 matches so far. But other than that, everything's great, man. It's gonna get better. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to fix it. And when it gets fixed, it's gonna be so glorious. It's not the sound that I want. We'll find it. Yo, what's going on, Spotify? Good to see you, man. Oh my gosh, I just got straight work. Okay, so none of these adjustments I made are good so far. So let's go back to the original and see. So that's 5 matches in a row that I just basically bit the dust right out the gate. So we're not on the right track. So we're going to go back to 110 and then see where it needs to go from here. I thought surely that if I adjust that, that's going to fix it, but it's still not quite right. That's not what I want, man. Okay. So let's just think about this logically here. I thought 117 was good. Let's just turn the dead zone down and see what happens here. Some good old-fashioned gyro testing. That's what we're doing here. Some good old-fashioned gyro testing. Where did these fools land? How much HP does this guy have, bro? What the heck? Well, at least that was a good way for me to tell that this wasn't right. But it felt like I had to shoot him too many times. Okay, I see. Okay, so I'm gonna go 116. Let's go 116. So I'm gonna try it with a 0 dead zone and see if I can adjust it with my thresholds. Okay, so that was pretty much money right there. Let's just keep it going. Let's see if we can figure out where it's messed up at. Where is it messed up? Okay, so I need to fix the edits. So let's go 76 on the edits. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, there we go. So now let's try to get into another fight and test this little theory I'm running here. Doing a little gyro science. Oh, there you are. There you are. Get over here. I should have at least been able to hit one of those, so that's not good. We're on the hunt for the correct max threshold to clean up my movement. Because I've already done everything I can to the sticks by bumping it 1%. So now I'm focusing on trying to clean up the gyro. Okay, so that was pretty decent. I hit those 2 tags without really trying. See you later, homie. Okay, now we might be onto something here. Now we might be onto something. That was good. That's what I was looking for. Right there. Okay, you're next. What? See you later, homie. Okay. Now we may have found something that's playable here with more control. So basically what I just did was I dropped my dead zone from 0.9 to 0 to give me more wiggle. Because the higher your dead zone, the less it will wiggle. Okay. So I wanted a little bit more wiggle, but I wanted to still slow this motion down, so I bumped my max threshold from 110 to 116. So that's what's happening here. So let's see if I'm on the right track, because that's the best movement that I've had all night. Yeah, it feels like everything is just going where I want, so we're on the right track here. We are on the right track. I wish I could find a car. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Let's find some people. Okay, so that was good. That was good. Okay, so I kind of got the feel for that, how to make it flip. I wanted it to flip faster, but it's good that I did it that slow so I could feel how I need to flip it, right? Because there's a certain amount of pressure that I put on my thumb that allows me to make that kind of shot. Hey, what's going on, Nisi GG? Good to have you in chat. First time having you here. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. You are so correct. I wish that they would display data on the screen so we can figure out how it needs to be adjusted. Because right now, you know, you just have to like play and guess and then, you know, feel around for it. So with what I have mapped out so far, once I find a way to explain it better, then we can have a starting point. But we definitely need to find a way to be able to display that kind of data on the screen. That would be awesome, you know? So that's a great idea. Great idea. But for the meantime, you've got good old me taking it to the face pretty much almost every day, trying to figure out where to go. I feel like I've been a mad scientist with all this. Yo, if this is real, we just hit a record. 18 people watching. Awesome. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. That would be fantastic. So good to have you all here. Previously, it was 13. So if this is for real, we've got 18 now. The reason I say about it being for real is because the other night we had like 80 or 90, but it was fake. I don't know who would do that. Oh, now we hit 20. Cool. Okay. So the only part that I'm needing to really focus on right now with this is I feel like I'm a little sluggish coming into my shots, but I think I can fix that by how I move my hands. So let's just keep rolling with it here. Yeah, so I don't know if it's real, but we'll just might as well go ahead and say it. Hey, thank you for stopping by and watching. If it's all real, please drop a W in the chat. Let's see who's really here. Because there was 80 or 90 people the other night, and I was like, there's no way this is real. This is not real. And then I made like a really good play, and then nobody said anything, so I was like, this is not real. Can't be. It can't be real. It can't be real. W, there we go. That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Unspeakable. Check it. Spideify, all right. Yeah, thank you for that, Nisi GG. All right, so let's see what's up here. Let's find out if we're on the right track or not. It feels like I'm like right on it. Because see, another thing with Gyro 2 is there's several ways to get the same or a similar feel. So it's like if you want to feel it tight in the front, you can adjust it this way. If you want to feel it tight in the back, you can adjust it another way. If you want to feel it tight in the middle. Oh, what? I thought that was my wall, bro. Okay, so far this is good control. I was able to back up with no problems. He let me heal for some reason. See you later, homie. That's the power of gyro right there, bro. Okay, so we're on to something. The level of control I had right there, it's not quite the same as it was when I got those crazy clips over the last several days. But the problem with where I had it set was that I couldn't keep it in control the whole time I was playing. So that's why I'm still trying to fix it and figure out where it needs to go. Oh my God, what a shot, man. That was great. What a clutch. No way. That's the power of gyro right there on full display, man. Bro. That was crazy. That was crazy. This is all being done with 0% aim assist. I better pick up this med kit or I'm dead. Here, let's do it like this. Why can't I figure out what I'm doing here? Yeah, it was clutch is what it was, man. You see, and this is me just experimenting right now, trying to fix, like it was already really good where I had it, but it just wasn't going to be as consistent as I want it to be. So that's why I've been on the hunt all this time to try and find the best way for me to set this up for myself. You know, in the process, I've made some pretty big discoveries of how I need to be thinking about it and how I could tell people to find what I've done and use it for themselves. But I still need to go through this and try to understand it more because I still don't quite understand everything I'm doing yet. I'm just guessing at a lot of things. Okay, so that was clutch. We healed up. Okay, so let's look for heals. That needs to be our mission right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we got healed up here. That was clutch. All right, so now we need to get... well, I think we're good right now. We're good. I need to get to zones, what I need to do. I know, right? That was great stuff. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Okay, I don't need a sniper right now. I just need to live. That's why. All I'm trying to do is just make sure that I can control it really good and get through a whole match, right? Without camping. Like when I first started playing, all I did was just camp all the time, you know? But I want to be able to actually destroy with no aim assist. Okay, so I gotta get to there. Yeah. Do that. Oh, okay. He got him for me. Thanks. Thanks, homie. Okay, I guess this was all his mats. No, this can't be all of his mats. Here it is. Oh, come on, bro. Okay, I completely screwed that up. Bad. Let's see if I can clutch out of this. Got no mats left. I'm on the edge of zone, man. Alright. It's just me and one other dude. Or two other dudes. Oh, come on. Okay, this is my only play. Nope. Oh, man. I should have built right after that. Okay, so that was my mistake. I put myself in a bad spot right there. Okay, so we're on to something. Let's see if we can come through this next match and just run straight through it without any stops. Because that's what I really want to do. Like, I've always wanted to just be able to run an entire match and just go kill, and, you know, get 20, 30 kills against real players, not bots. You know, I can do it against bots, but real players, the most I've ever really run through is like 15, and that was several years ago. So we're trying. You know, and to do this with no aim assist, what an even greater feat, right? Yeah, thanks for that, Diamond. It'll be better once I figure out how exactly I want to control this. And what spurred all this on is because they changed the stick settings. So that's what's throwing me off the most. Because I got it somewhat corrected by bumping it 1%, but in terms of it being like it was before, it's still not quite right. Man, that was a terrible drop. I should have gone for the chest anyways. I thought for sure if I go try to get that chest, he's going to get me, so I just ran. All right, here we go. Exactly. Yeah. That's, see, the reason why we are like that, Nisi GG, is because nobody has mapped out what each thing is supposed to feel like. So, like, after we find something that seems like it's playable, we go, okay, but it's still not perfect. So what if we just do this, add this, adjust this? Because we've never tried it, because you don't know what you're missing until you try it, right? So that's why it's like that. And it's good that we're like that, because if we map it out, right? See, the more people I can get to work with me on this, the faster all of this goes, because this is just me by myself, right? But if we have a community of gyro players in this game that map out where all of these things are and come up with techniques that are repeatable, that we can share with each other, that's how this thing gets off the ground. Because once people can have a way to repeat the process, everything else will be history. Because right now, the reason why nobody's touching this is because there's so many different ways to do it, and you don't even know if what you're doing is right. So you're just guessing, you know, and you're trying things, and so we have to kind of pioneer the way and go, okay, this is what you have to do if you want this movement, if you want it to go like this, if you want it to do like that. You know, all that stuff has to be mapped out. And so that's what I've been feverishly working on for the last 3 years with gyro, and, you know, if you count boost, 6 years with boost. You know, so I've got boost pretty much figured out. Like, I could play this whole match with just sticks only. So watch. Here, I'll show you. So I'm going to turn gyro completely off. And now I just have it on sticks. Oops, hang on. See, they changed this thing, and I put haptics on. Then this haptics part didn't used to be on here. All right, so I'm going to turn gyro off. So gyro is off now. It's just sticks. Okay, so you see me wiggling it, but it's not moving the screen, right? So now it's just sticks, okay? So because I've figured out boost, I can play a match with 0% aim assist and still do it. Because all of my speeds that I need to make the adjustments are set up correctly with 0% aim assist. So then all I do on top of that is then I add the gyro to augment what I'm doing with the stick. And I think that's going to be the most natural way for people to transition from sticks to gyro, is to use a variation of boost or just regular sticks, but I think you're going to have to use boost to get all the speeds you need. And then add gyro to it. And then from there, we can birth a whole new generation of players and styles. Because there's so many different styles of gyro that you can play just with no sticks, just gyro only. You can play with flick stick. You can play with both sticks and gyro at the same time. So there's so many ways to do it. And I just want to be able to provide people with a way to find out how to do these things so that they can set it up for themselves with less trouble than I had to do. Because for me, I literally just have been doing this like a science experiment, trying to figure out what's what. Okay, so I need shield. I need some shield, man. Interesting, interesting. So you were like OG trying to really play this game on gyro. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I wish they would open it up to other controllers natively for gyro, because I think there are better controllers for gyro than this. But I don't really have a frame of reference, because this is the only gyro I've ever played is on PS5 controller. Interesting. Yeah, see? And so there is a path for you to carve with this game if you can come up with a way to do flick stick and just ratchet and make all the correct movement to play at a competitive level like that, that would be awesome. Even if it's not competitive level, if it's just good and you can make trick shots, that would be great all by itself. You see, because the more people we have making content, the more people we have doing this, the faster this all actually becomes a thing. Because I can't do it alone. Oh, come on, bro. Okay, so I need to fix that for sure. Oh. I was playing like such a bot right there. What was I doing, man? Okay, so this is where it's wrong, okay? Because I should have been able to just cleanly hit every one of those shots. It was just a bot, right? So let's see if we can fix that. It's good like it was, but it's still just not right. It's a little off somewhere. So that was at a 0 dead zone. So let's go 0.5. And see, that's another trick you can use, because there's so many variables with this, is that you can kind of skim through the increments, but then when you find something that seems like it's close, then you can go up or down 0.1. You know, I literally have gone 1 by 1.1 at a time through every setting to try and figure out what is what. But you don't have to do it that way. You can just skim through it, and then when you find something that seems close, you just adjust it by 0.1 from there. But then even with that, when you do that, you may skip over something that is playable, because there's cycles to all the different numbers that you run through. So for example, if 0.5 is good, I may go through 0.6, 0.7, 0.8 before I get to 0.9, which is also good. And then from 0.9, I might go 0.1, 0.11, 0.12, and then I might get all the way to 0.15, right? There's like intervals that will be playable, but you won't find them until you go through and cycle one by one. You see? So that's kind of the thing, is that if I can map out where all the sweet spots are for me, then I can kind of let you use that as a guide so that you can adjust it from there. Because nobody's done that yet. So let's see if I'm right here. Okay, this guy. Okay, I can't believe I let that guy damage me, but the control that I had there was pretty good, so I'm happy with that. So what did I adjust? I went from 0 to 0.5. Okay, so let's run over that. Oh, you want some too? It's another bot. Oh, psh. Come on, bro. I'm gonna let this bot. Oh, it's not a bot. That's the power of gyro right there, bro. What a clutch, man. What a clutch. Do you see how I controlled that? Okay, so we're on to something here. So I cleaned up my movement a little bit by dropping the dead zone from 0.9 to 0.5. Okay. See, and I'm going through this for my benefit too, so I can understand what exactly I just did. Okay. But I played on 110 for months, and then I just figured out, okay, so if I want to make it a little cleaner, if I bump it higher, it will give me a slower movement, right? Oh, you know what, bro? I am tripping right now because this is all just sticks. I forgot that I turned... See, I just did all that with sticks. I forgot that I turned the gyro off. Okay, so do you see what I'm talking about? This is how I know boost is right. Okay, this is with 0% aim assist on sticks with boost. I thought I was doing that with gyro, but that was literally just my sticks. So, you see? I'm still trying to figure this stuff out myself. But I'm on to something, you see? I'm on to something, and if somebody smarter than me or can play better than me with better game sense can catch on to what I'm doing and just add to it, bro, it would open up a whole new world. A whole new world. Because that was done with just sticks and no aim assist. No wonder it wasn't feeling quite right. It was because I was trying to move the gyro and I couldn't. Okay. So, let's do that again with just sticks. Oh, what? Oh, man. Okay, so if I had gyro right there, that probably would have been better. All right. So anyways, hopefully that proved what I was trying to say about the sticks, is that it's playable the way that I have it right now. So I'm going to turn the gyro back on, and I just use the gyro as an augment to the way that I move the sticks. Oops. That thing that they put, I don't know why they put haptics first, because that's confusing. Okay, so gyro's back on now. So now I can really test it at 0.5, and it does feel actually much better like this. So let's just cross our fingers and see if we actually hit pay dirt finally. I feel like I'm panning for gold right here. I'm sifting for gold. All right, this match is gonna go insane. Let's go. All right, let's do it. You know what? I never thought of it that way, but that is a good observation. It is kind of like the light gun arcade things. That is a good way to see it. I never considered that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try and pretend that's what I'm doing right now. Watch me play the best match I've ever played because I pretended it was a light gun. Let's just see. That would be so comedy. That would like literally suit my life story. See you later, homie. All right, so let's... It was a little too tight right there. So let's go with 0.4. I got freaked out by that bot standing there. I was like, what just happened? So dumb, man. I was like ready to go like box fight my way out of that. Okay, here we go. I probably should have drank the rest of that big pot, but I'm living dangerous right now. Yeah, so that's not right either. Let's back up and try to change it. Okay. Oh, dang it. I got stuck under the ramp. Okay. So it wasn't good at 0.4 either. All right. So let's go back to the original and just get a frame of reference now. So I'm going to go back to 110, 74, 1.5, 0.9. Okay. So right here is where I got all of those crazy clips from. Yeah, everything's the same here. So I'm going to go back to this and compare so I can figure out what exactly it is that I don't like about this and try and tweak it. Because where I have it set right here, this is the closest I've ever had it to making it perfect. And then it was just like controllable for a certain amount of time, and then all of a sudden I lost control of it. So I'm trying to figure out why I lost control. All right, let's see. Let's see what's up here. Okay, so the first thing that I notice is that my ability to get to the center is quicker, but it's just too flippy. That's the part that I don't like about it, because I want it to be a little more stiff right here. So I got the right movement by making the max threshold higher, but it's just not as quick to snap to where I want it to go. So maybe, okay, I think what I do, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try this from another angle. I'm going to go back to 116, but I'm going to bump my multiplier to 2.4 to make it a little more flippy. So let's see if that actually does what we want. Let's try that. Yeah, it's fun for me to kind of figure these things out. You know, the reason why I got so in depth into it is because it reminds me a lot of playing music. And like before I would do a show, I would practice and set up all my patches for my guitar and listen to the song we were playing over and over and over again to try to get the right nuance to my guitar sound. It's all the same stuff, you know, and you see me do it when I try to find the right stuff for beats every night, you know, because I suck at making those. But if I do it every night, I'll get faster at it and I'll know where everything is at and I'll know where the mistakes are, you know, because I've never just like straight up tried to produce music every day. You know, I would do it for fun on the side and make my own little demos to myself, you know, but that's about the extent of it. But now that I'm doing it every day, trying to come up with something on the fly, like this last week has been terrible for beats, but I've come up with a couple good ones. So anyways, my point is that it's very similar. That's why I got hooked on doing this. I don't have enough mats for this. Okay, so far my theory feels like it's working, but I've only been building. How is he getting me through that? Okay, this guy must have snuck out. Okay, he's over here. Okay, I got the first tag. That's good. Bro. Bro, why is this guy being so stupid? Oh, come on. Oh, man, I almost clutched out of that, man. I almost clutched out of that. Okay. All right, so we're on to something here. Let's just keep it going. Hey, what's going on, Beeficus? Yeah. Actually, it says we have 22, so I don't know if this is real or not, but if y'all haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. Welcome to the channel. Your support would be amazing. Yeah, it was intense. You know, maybe I was making it harder than I needed to, but at least I was able to kind of maneuver my way through it. I just couldn't get the right angle on that guy. So the real test of whether or not this is going to be correct or not is if I can move like that against that guy, then I should be able to just blow through people that are worse without any mistakes. So let's just see if I can do that. Let's see if I can do that. All right, here we go. Okay, that was completely mistimed, but that's okay. We'll get it on the next one. It's pretty crazy that you have to second guess whether or not you have that many viewers or not. Because of all the stupid people that do botting and all that stuff to try and make crazy stuff happen. What has this world come to? Okay. All right, let's see if we can run through this. Oh, what a shot, man. I hit that. Oh, man, if I wouldn't have been so focused on him. Okay, so we're onto something here. I hit those shots. I got surprised that I actually did that. So let's really focus in on this next one and see if I can control it, because that was by accident. And that's why I get so excited too sometimes, is because I'm not, like, I'm expecting to hit the shot, but like in my mind, I can't believe I actually did it. You see, because it doesn't feel like I should be able to move like this. All right, let's try it again and really just pretend like I know what I'm doing here. Okay, so I hit that 184 on a crazy flick. Okay, so I guess what I need to do is try to save those for when I really need it. because that can't be like every play. But if I was able to hit a crazy 184 headshot like that on a flick without even trying, that's a good sign. Exactly. That's probably the better way to put it. I intended to do that. See, I'm gonna W my official interpreter, Nisi GG. You're my official interpreter now, because that's exactly the best way to put that. Is that I intended to do that movement, but I was like, wow, I couldn't believe that it actually worked out. So that's a good way to explain that. All right, here we go. All right, so let's get a gun, because that was pretty much a terrible drop. Okay, I have not enough gold. I keep forgetting that. Oh, bro, come on. Okay, let's try it again. That was not a good drop at all. Hey, what's up, Noctis Jr.? Good to see you, man. No, I've had this one for a while. I just never wore it. I try to put a different skin on every night, because I started just using whatever footage I have before stream as my thumbnails. So I think it's just cool to just have a different skin up there every night. Okay, yeah, this may be exactly where it needs to be. I think I'm just like now understanding how I need to move this at 2.4 versus 2.3, but it feels like it has all of the control that I need with the slowness. So let's just see if I am correct. Okay, so this part here, I need to move to 7.6. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's where human Bill is. Okay. I did not know that. Okay, plus I need to use drift snapping. That's how I finish this off right here, bro. That's what probably the icing on the cake for this is going to be. So let's see if I can get a combination of drift snapping in here that'll work. So let's go. $151 and 9, and then work it from there. Because see, my theory is that drift snapping will be the glue that finishes off whatever your initial settings are. So like without drift snapping, it's as good as it is. But then with drift snapping, you can kind of ensure that you hit certain shots. Oh, come on, bro. I'm just making the most terrible peaks. Okay. So that was absolute terrible control right there. Terrible control. All right, so I was at 152, 8.9. You see how much that makes a difference? It's crazy. I changed it by 1,000th of a second on the hold time, and I changed it by 0.1 on the decay, and it was that much off. See, those things have to be mapped out. So, drift snapping is a technique that I am trying to make repeatable, where you take your gyro modifier button, the same thing that you would use for ratcheting, but instead of using it to ratchet, I use it to line my shot up. So, for example, let me get this pistol here. So when I tap it, I have it set to cut Y off, and then X still drifts if I hold it down. But if I spam it, it helps me to line my shot up and just become like a laser. Okay? So that's what drift snapping is it's a way to hold the crosshair in place or come out of a spin and slow it down in the correct speed to be able to track in a pressure situation. So like if you don't have it and you flick too hard by accident, then you screw yourself. But if you use it, then it kind of like stops your crosshair in snapshot fashion so that you can kind of like take a little picture of each spot you're moving to, and then you can get to your target faster. So that's the way that you use it, or the way that I'm intending on promoting it. Because when people get an understanding of how to use it, it'll almost be like L2 spam. When people used to spam L2 for aim assist, this will be the L2 spam for gyro players. Because when you set it up with the correct timing, it's so easy to come out of a fast spin and then slow it down to the correct spot. So that's kind of what I'm going for with all that. Yeah, so there are different timings that can be used, right? So sometimes I just tap it once and it's enough for me to get to the right spot. So like if I tap it and then flick, it's like I'm ensuring that my flick is starting off clean because I tapped it and then I can flick it, right? But other times I might tap it twice. I might go 1, 2 to lock it in by the time I get to the spot that I'm trying to go. Sometimes I go 1, 2, 3. And then other times I just spam it trying to get it to the right spot. So there's different ways that I use it to try to help me time my shots and get my crosshair into the right place. So the more that these things get mapped out and are repeatable, other people can pick it up and go, oh, okay. And then they can come up with a better way, you see? Because I believe that if I'm able to do this, then y'all can do it better. See, to get that 35 that I just hit, I drift snapped it to lock it in instead of it just being a hard miss. So that was drift snapping in action right there. Even though it was a bot and he was staying still, it locked my crosshair into place so that I didn't have to struggle to hit that shot with no aim assist. But it only works that way if you have it set up right. And sometimes it's set up right for like 70% of your movement, but the other 30%, it just completely throws you off. You see, so, you know, all of these dangers and pitfalls of using it and how to not use it have to be mapped out. You know, because I've pretty much just figured out all the ways to not do it. If you want to watch how to not play the game, you can watch me. Okay, here we go. I really would like some mobility. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I really need mobility. Okay. So the only thing that's terrible about this season is that if you have no mobility, you're pretty much like walking forever until you find somebody. Oh, man, I flipped it right on his head. Okay, so it's just a little bit off still. It's almost where I want it. It's almost where I want it. Okay, so let's see what I did here. I went 116. Okay, so this was with me putting the multiplier from 2.3 to 2.4. So now let's just try 2.5 just to see, and then we'll go back. Okay, maybe this is it because it feels really great, especially in close range. Okay, this may be something here, bro. Bro, did you see that? This might be crazy here. Okay, let's try editing. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're about to do some crazy stuff here. Let's just see if I'm right. Let's see if I finally unlocked all of this. Incredible. Incredible. Let's do it. I think we're going to get some crazy clips here this match. Okay. I went too 2 seconds too soon. That's okay. I hate it when I get the timing wrong on that. Okay. I feel like I'm about to just trounce. Let's see if I'm right here. Trouncing and trouncing. Okay, see you later. Where's the next guy? We need mobility. Mobility. There we go. See? I asked for it and I got it. Look at that. Where you at, homie? Okay. We're in crazy clip territory now because now I can just flip it and make those little tiny wiggles at the right speed to be able to line it up. Okay, watch out. This is what I've been looking for, man. I've been looking for a long time. For a long time. Let's just see if I'm right. I'm so pumped right now. Yes, no, that is a good point too. Because if you change too much too fast, then it's hard to tell what is what. So that is very good advice. What I always try to do is I always try to change one variable and use it for a little bit until I can understand what it's doing. Then I switch it back and then adjust something else to see if it will be similar or what changes with it, and then I switch it back. So I always have a reference point to go back to. Bro, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. Okay, this is a bot. I had to really peek against that one to make sure I didn't take any more damage, bro. Yeah, see, this is the feel that I've been kind of chasing after right here. So now what I have to do is see if it will stay stable. And what I mean by stable is that right now I can control it, but like if in 30 minutes it's like uncontrollable, then there's something wrong with it. You see, because sometimes that happens where you find something and then there's something you're doing or something that is wrong with what you adjusted that won't allow you to continue to keep using it that way. And so I don't understand exactly what causes those things, but that's what I'm trying to eliminate, is it being unplayable after using it for a certain amount of time. Because sometimes I'll find settings where it just like everything is gold, and then 10 minutes later I can't even line anything up. And it has to do with something that I'm not understanding about the way that I set it up, that it's causing some kind of interference somewhere that I'm not taking into account. Because for it to be perfect and then all of a sudden go away, it means that some variable is changing that I'm not aware of, and I have to figure out what that is. Because he's a bot, that worked out. So I want to test one of those scoped shots against a real player. But so far, it feels super, super controllable. Like, even more control than I had when I got all those crazy clips. Okay, so I need to change that. My edits are wrong. Okay, so let's fix that real quick. I should have been able to flip that. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so that's a little too tight. Okay, so let's fix this and go 78. Okay, that's not right either. Okay. So let's back up. Let's fix this again. Let's go lower. Let's go 72. Okay, maybe that's what it needs. That feels more controllable. Okay, so let's go with that. No, it's still not right. Okay. Let's go back to 76 until we can figure out where to go, because it's not... Oh, okay, I think I know what I need to do. Let's go 1.3. 1.3, 74. No, let's try 1.3, 76. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, let's go with that. So we just need mobility. So because I bumped my multiplier up by 0.2, I had to adjust my edits and my builds a little bit because it was just feeling a little too slippery. I look like a genius against bots, man. Oh my God, that was probably one of the best gyro plays I've ever done. That was my body leaning into every shot. Wow. What a clutch, man. Oh, dang it. I didn't close that wall up, bro. Okay, we're on to something. Wow. Let's see if we can get a beat going. Exactly. It was beautiful. That was perfection, man. For me to be able to go from here to here at just the right speed to hit them both in the right spot, that was incredible movement. So this is all from going 2.5, and then I adjusted my builds 2.5 on the acceleration multiplier, and then I adjusted my builds and edits to compensate for the quicker flip. Okay, so it's still a little tight there. Let's try 78. Perfectly timed. That time I got it right. That's how we do it. Okay, so my level of control right there on that shot was pristine. To be able to just line it, even though he was bad, right? My ability to just line it up and just hold it there was really clean. So that was good movement. Let's just see if I can keep it up here. Oh man, that was my mistake. I should not have jumped in his box. I got a little too aggressive. Okay, let's try it again. We're so close to doing something great with this. We got something going there. Yeah. This is probably going to be where it ends up. Because, see, I can even slide. I can spam this button and still slide into the target. So it makes it me harder to hit. And I'm able to lock it in using drift snapping, and my timing on all of it is just pristine. So this is all very good, very promising. Perfectly timed again. Let's go. Okay, so now we're going to do it right. I'm pretty confident now that we finally found something that is going to be good all the way around. So, let's just see if I'm right. Because I've been wrong so many times before. Okay, that wasn't really a fair test. I wish I could have hit some of those AR shot or those sky shots, but I really wasn't in a good position to hit those. Okay, so that right there is something that I don't like that just happened, where I had to really struggle to get it on the same spot or on the right spot. But other than that, everything is good. So I just got to see how many times that happens. What? Oh, come on. You have to be smarter than that. Can't just stand in the open, fool. Okay. So in terms of that, let's see if I go 96. If that cleans that up. So we're going to try that. So that's not really a good test of that either. That was actually kind of horrible for it being so still. So let's go. Let's go back to 94. Let's bump that to 1. Okay, so that's the first sign of like, why did it do that, right? I couldn't control it the way that I wanted to right there. I almost hit those shots, but it still wasn't quite right. So it's like a momentum thing, right? Somewhere in my momentum of how I'm moving it, it's preventing me from hitting the correct spot from where I was at before. It could be that I was at 1, right? We'll see. But it's crazy how much 0.1 makes that much of a difference. Like it's not good at 1, but it'll be good like at 1.6. You see, and so you kind of have to like stair step it and see what the next level of good movement is. Because it goes, like I was saying earlier, it goes in circles or cycles where you'll hit certain intervals all along the way from 0 to 20 on your dead zone. You'll have playable dead zones that you can use at different intervals. Okay, so let's leave it at 0.9 right there, but I need to get my scoped to work right. So let's try going 90 instead of, let's go lower instead of higher and see what happens. Shred the wave. All right, here it is. Craziest match of the night. Perfect timing. Let's go. Okay, you see, this is what I'm talking about right here. I should have been able to nail every single one of those against that guy, but I couldn't because it's just not in the right sweet spot for that type of gun, right? So you also have to take the kind of gun you're using into account too. Because you can be set up to like really destroy with a sniper, but then on a regular scope weapon, it just doesn't work as good. See, I should have been able to nail every single one of those. Okay, so let's see. Let's hop into... Here's how we're going to find this faster. I'm going to hop into the mechanics map real quick, and then we'll go into a match. Because it's so close to doing something amazing. Okay, so 94 is where I had it. Yes. See, and those are things that once they're mapped out, then other people can just look at the map and go, okay, yeah, I don't need to put it right there. I can put it right here, you see. But until somebody lays out the map and says, look, this is how you set it up if you want this kind of movement, there's no way for people to figure it out. You literally just will pick it up. Like if you don't know anything about gyro or anything, you pick it up for 5 minutes and say this is garbage. But once it's all mapped out and it makes sense, once somebody experiences the way that this actually goes for the first time, it'll change the way you want to play the game. Okay, so that's at 94. Okay. It seems like it's good against that stuff, right? But when you're in game, it doesn't work quite the same for some reason. So let's just figure out how we can adjust it from here. Okay, I think maybe 98 is the trick because 98 is giving me a little bit more wiggle room to adjust it small. So let's see if I'm right here. Okay, so that was a little bit too much. It's a little too much. Let's go with 1. Okay, you see how I did that at close range? That was good. Okay. Okay, that was good. See, I just want to be able to flip it in close range, but then also be able to hit my long range shots too. See, that's another thing that you have to kind of take into account is can you hit a close range shot and a long range shot? Because you can be super sensitive to close range shots, but then long range you're terrible, or vice versa. See? All right, so now let's check it here. See, right here, it's harder. Okay, I hit that. Okay, let's go back to this. Okay, so I just have to hold it straighter. Okay, let's try drift snapping. Okay, that's 1, 2. Oh, okay. All right, so this is somewhat controllable. Let's go ahead and hop into a match and see if we can do it. So I'm going to go with 1 on scoped in game and see if that fixes the problem. Yes, see, that's what's missing from this game for gyro is creating a starting point or a base for others to jump off from. So there can be, if you want to use flick stick and ratcheting, this is the best sensitivities to use for these type of play styles. If you want to use sticks in gyro, these are the best sensitivities for that play style. You see, we can create a whole map of how all of it fits together, and then people can kind of just pick and choose where to start from and then jump off from there. Exactly. Presets for gyro in Fortnite. That's what we need. It's like a ready-made starter pack. If you want to play fast, here is your sense. If you want to play medium, here is your sense. If you want to play slow, here is your sense. And then somebody can kind of just pick and choose where to go from there. And then the more advanced or more detailed they want to get, we can have content about how to do the little tricks of the trade, you know, that kind of thing. So it's a whole new plethora of content that has never been even broached in this game. Exactly. Because this can even go to aim assist too. You see, because people don't even realize that they can use gyro to build and then go back to aim assist when they want to use their sticks. You see, so or when they get out of build mode is what I mean. So when we come up with all the different ways that people can use this, whether it's aim assist or not, and we show them how to do it, then it will take off. But until then, it's like all we have is like a bunch of knobs to turn and nobody knows what to do with them. It's literally like trying to fly a 747 and just sitting in the cockpit and not knowing what to push. Oh, that's awesome. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. If you have that already mapped out, please share. That would be amazing. Because you see, once we start doing this, then we get to be the OGs of how this all got started. You know? But we have to go first and kind of pave the way. Okay, let's see if this is going to work. come on, man. Okay, so that was absolute garbage right there. Okay, so what did I change? It doesn't feel quite the same. So I'm trying to figure out what's different here. All I changed was scope, so that should have had nothing to do with that. Oh, you've got Okay, I think I understand what you're saying now. Okay. I see what you're saying. You're saying that those are the 4 things that you can figure on you setting up. I got it. I got it. Oh, interesting. Okay, okay. Yeah, well, whatever problems you run into or that you have run into, you know, ask away and there may be something that I might give you an idea about, you know, because that's another thing with this too, is that being able to collaborate with other gyro players that play this game will speed things up a lot. So that would be pretty cool. If there was a way that we could help each other to figure out certain things, you see. All right. Okay, so let's try one thing here. Let's go 117 and see if that helps me clean everything up. Oh, sure, yeah. You know, I was just saying that if you have anything that you were trying to do before that you were not able to figure out, like you got stuck on it because it didn't feel right, you know, there may be something that I can give you an idea on, and it just kind of puts the puzzle together, hopefully. Okay. So I shot way too soon because I'm terrible with the timing on that new shotgun for some reason. All right, let's see here. So what did I change? Just so that I understand what I just did here, because it feels better now. Okay. Oh, I went 117. Okay, that's what the difference is. So that 1 extra degree feels like I have a little bit more control. I see what I did. And because my multiplier is faster. See, I started off at 117 at the beginning of the stream, but my multiplier was at 2.3. So maybe what I should have done was bump my multiplier up first And I would have been here a lot sooner. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Come on. All right, let's see here. No cars. Okay, let's just see if we can get the medallion. Okay, so the thing that I need to time is the drift snap timing. Okay, so that's probably what's going to fix the rest of this. My timing for drift snapping is way off. Now that I'm at 2.5. So let's adjust that. Let's go 151. Let's actually just keep it right there at 8.9 and just see what happens. So the gyro hold time, just to explain, the lower you set it, the faster it kicks in with stopping the gyro. So like if you go to 0.200, it will stop the gyro for longer. So it's like it's stopping the gyro when you just tap it for however many milliseconds you're setting it up for. So it feels like a quick thing, but you can feel how long it actually is stopping the gyro when you're trying to time your shots with it. Oh, that's all good. All good. So if you ever get into that, let me know, and I'll see what I can do to help. But it's always cool to meet new gyro players, you know. I never, like before I started streaming, I was just doing it all by myself, you know. So I never even talked to anybody about any of it. So imagine how many people are out there that don't talk to anybody but want to learn how to do it, but they don't know what to do, you see. Because that was me. I just kind of just stuck with it because I treated it like I was trying to dial in sounds on my amp. Bro, I just fried myself. Come on. Dang it. All right, let's try it again. Let's try it again. Okay. So let's just recap what I did here. I went to 117. And I'm trying to change the timing of drift snapping. That's what I was like, I forgot what I was trying to do. Okay, so let's check it here. Okay, so it's still a little too... All right, here we go. All right, that was pretty close timing there. Well, that was a waste. Waste of bullets. Waste of bullets. Oh, I got confused. All right, let's just go ahead and get this. Oh, I don't even have any mats, bro. Okay, let's get the shotgun. Where's the shotgun at, bro? Am I tripping? Okay. It's actually... So that's what I used to think too. But the way that it works is it actually holds the gyro for longer. Meaning that when I push it, right? This is the amount of time it takes before that effect wears off. Is the way that it feels to me. So when I raise the hold time, it pauses for longer, and when I lower the hold time, it pauses shorter. So if the intent was to make it before and not after, the way that it works is actually after, because that's the way it feels. So I don't know what the intent was behind it, but the way that it operates is if I have a hold time of 0.200, it will pause for a lot longer than if I have a hold time of 130. So when I go to 130, it feels a lot snappier when I make my spamming. Yes, so it is for sharing with another button because I use it to crouch. Because that's the only button that makes sense that I can use that it doesn't affect really my other movement. But when I pause it, so like every time I'm crouching, it's me pushing the button, okay? To to stop the gyro. So if I hold it, it'll trackball drift, right? But each point that I push the button across the screen, it will hold it for a little bit longer if you have the hold time higher. Yeah, so I don't know what the original intent was because I don't, you know, all you have on the descriptions next to each item is like one sentence, maybe two. If you're lucky, it'll have 3 sentences, and then that's all you have to go on. And then you have to kind of go, what does this actually mean? So whatever the intent was or whatever the description is, the way that I'm explaining it is how it actually works when I use it. Because you can physically feel the pause going longer when you have a higher hold time if you spam it. If you never spam it, you'll never notice the difference. You will feel movement being incorrect, and that's another reason why when I didn't just figure this, I didn't figure this out till just maybe about 6 months ago. So for 2.5 years, I was crouching and not understanding that I was hurting my movement because I didn't understand the hold time was affecting it. So that's why I don't know if it was an intended consequence or not. But that's what it does, is it pauses for that long. Yeah. You know, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to do, is to be able to share these things so that other people can kind of speed their progress up and actually enjoy playing gyro. Okay. So in terms of my scoped movement, maybe it's a little better, but it's still not like what I really want. Yeah. For sure. Oh, what? Oh my gosh, I didn't see that he got my wall up there. Okay. All right. So I think the problem there was my edits. I changed my edit thinking that it was going to help me. So 76 is where I need to be. Until I can figure out where to go with that. Because that's what screwed me right there, is I couldn't get my edits fast enough. So let's go 76 for now and see if we can use scoped at 1. And then I went to 117. Okay, that's the change. All right, let's see if this works out. All right, and this will be the last match because I got to go to bed. All right, here we go. But we got some pretty good clips tonight. Let's see if we can... Here, let's put on some actual music to shut this down. All right, so we've got the last match of the night on hand. Let's see if the adjustments we made are going to be good enough to push it over the top. Let's go. See, plus hearing this kind of puts me in a rhythm. All right, let's see what we can do. We got footsteps here. Okay, that's good. That's good. Get some shield. Yeah, you like that. Cool. Yeah, that's my favorite one that I've come up with so far. It's called Why We Don't Give Up. Oh, I almost hit that, bro. I almost hit that. Okay. Come on. Oh, come on, man. All right, I'm going to go one more. That was terrible. I'm going to go one more and go back to the original just to compare because I want to try to close out on a good match. It feels like I haven't had a good match in a while. Yeah, there was a couple good shots, but it felt it felt too sluggish. So let's put it back on the tried and true and then hope that it doesn't screw me up somewhere. Because the whole point I was trying to do tonight was trying to stop it from what it did yesterday, where it screwed me up in the middle of a fight that was so critical. See, everything just flips so much easier. If I could just figure out how to stop it from getting out of control. See, right now it feels like it's money, right? All right, here we go. All right, last match of the night, back on the original settings. Let's see if we can clutch this out and get a win for the last match of the night. So that is what I was desperately trying to fix. I should have been able to nail all those shots. That's okay. That's not critical to winning. We just need to figure out how to make it not do that anymore. Because another factor with why it's harder to control for me is with Hall effect sticks, everything feels sloppier, and I can't get the controller I want anymore with analog sticks. So I just got to get used to Hall effect. See, night and day difference in terms of control. Night and day difference. I just wish I could keep it. Yeah, I don't like Hall effect sticks because it feels super sloppy compared to analog. But I can't do anything about it anymore because they won't sell them anymore. For the controller that I get. Where's this guy at? He's in the water. Okay, so far, let's just kind of map out the things that I don't want from where this is at now, because this is the most controllable that I've had it. But the main thing that I didn't like about it is that I couldn't hit those shots in the sky as easily. Because it was just gliding a little too far past where I wanted it to go when I tried to slow it down to get it to the right spot. So that's the first thing. Let's see if we can figure something else out that needs to be adjusted, and then we can focus on that tomorrow. Okay. That worked. This is all against bots, you see. Yeah, it looks clean when they stand still. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Okay, I need to get shield and a car. I thought that bench was a person. I was about to freak out for a second. Mobility. Okay. Still no mobility. Bro, where is everybody at, man? If you don't have mobility, you're pretty much like having to hunt for people. Okay. Oh, come on, bro. Finally. I just needed to stand still. I was walking. That's why I missed those. See, my snipes are off, so I gotta fix that. I've been wanting to fix that for the last 3 days. My snipes are way off. So that's the second thing. So basically it has to do with... just to kind of recap in my head. It has to do with my AR from long distance, my scoped from long distance. I don't like the adjustment that it's missing when I'm trying to get people out of the sky. It feels like it's skipping, like I'm trying to go from here to here, just a small tiny adjustment, but it goes like over to the right too far or something. So I'm trying to figure out what it's going to take to fix that, because it wasn't that way before Chapter 7. So I know a portion of it is sticks, but then I got to figure out what the other part of it is. Bro, did I get hit by the car too? Oh my gosh, I accidentally shot my wall open. Okay. Well, that was better, but it was just because there was more bots. But also my level of control was better because I have something good going at 110. But I need to find those three. It's really 3 areas. So that's what I'm going to try and focus on tomorrow and fix it. And hopefully I can find the right piece to finish this puzzle. But anyways, love you guys. I got to go to bed. We'll see you next time, tomorrow night.